All right. What is up, everybody? It is your boy JT Sports. What is up, everybody? And it is your boy JT. Here I am. We finally got the live stream working. This Sunday, welcome. We're going to be talking about the most improved teams going into this year's NFL season. And you guys can call in at any time. The number is 843 507-0052. So is everything going all right? Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Everything going okay? Just give me a thumbs up if everything is going all right. Okay, I think everything is going pretty well. I think everything is going pretty well, man. So, all right. So I'm glad we finally got this thing working. Um, Before I begin, I'm having a giveaway coming up in a couple of months, probably in around September. Once I get school taken care of and stuff like that, I'm gonna have a giveaway. I'm gonna have two separate giveaways. I'm gonna have a giveaway on my Instagram account, which you guys can go ahead and follow. It's JT Sports underscore. The link to it is down in the description down below. It should say JT Sports. It's gonna have all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. So make sure to go check those out. And I'm excited. We have a pretty good amount of people in here, and I'm expecting a couple of more people to join. So let's talk about it. You guys are welcome to call in. The number is right there. So the most improved teams, the first team I'm going to start with are the San Francisco 49ers. Now, obviously, you can't discount the San Francisco 49ers. A lot of people want me to defend myself because I've been going crazy about the 49ers. I've been giving the 49ers all these crazy wins, have LA Rams and Seattle Seahawks fans mad. These guys talking about something. Bro, why are you freaking overrating the 49ers, man? These guys didn't even make it to the playoffs last year. And that's because you got to look at what they did, man. These guys, they have one of the best pass rushing cores in the NFL. You got D Ford, you got Nick Bosa, then you got DeForest Buckner as well. That's scary. That's three good guys I can get after the passer. And then they added Jason Verrett in the secondary. Now Jason Verrett improves the secondary because now you got him on one side and you got Richard Sherman. The question is, can they stay healthy? They improved the linebacking core. They lost what's his name? Reuben Foster, and they replaced him. They actually got an upgrade from him. They got Quan Alexander in free agency, one of the best linebackers in the NFL. So their defense has dramatically improved. And then when you look at what they did on the offense side of the ball, they brought in Telvin Coleman along with the other guy who they brought in. I can't remember his name. Jeremy McKinnon. Jeremy McKinnon. I think that's his first name. But they brought him in as well. So you got two good running backs. Then you got Matt Breida. Then you got Robert Mostred. So you got four good running backs on that 49ers team that could potentially be RB2s and RB1s on other teams. Then they improved the wide receiving core. They drafted Debo Samuel. If you guys want to go ahead and watch my 7 round NFL mock drafts, I said that the 49ers were going to draft Debo Samuel in the second round. And they ended up drafting Debo Samuel. So, I mean, I gotta put the 49ers at number one. Number two, I'm putting the Detroit Lions there. Now, the Detroit Lions, I think they're going to be a very improved team, but I think you look at the Detroit Lions. Other than Detroit Lions fans and diehard football fans like me, you look at the Detroit Lions and you might not think they might be improved. And that's because how tough the division is. Because their division, the NFC North, is going to be the toughest division in all of football this year. You got the Bears. The Bears, I'm not sold on Mitchell Trubisky. The Bears are only going to go as far as Mitchell Trubisky takes them. I don't really trust them. Then also you have the Green Bay Packers. For the first time in a while, since 2010, I'm actually excited about the Green Bay Packers defense and not their offense. Their defense is very, very good, specifically their secondary. Their secondary, Adrian Amos, Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander was arguably one of the best rookie cornerbacks in all the NFL up until the midway point, until Denzel Ward just completely ran away with it. But Jair Alexander, He was a monster. Then you got Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson, he's inconsistent, but if they're able to get a little bit more consistency out of him, I really like them. I really like that Green Bay Packers defense. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. And their defensive coordinator, he did a solid job for what he had to work with. So the Green Bay Packers, they're another team. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings. They're one of the most talented teams in all of football. Their biggest flaw is their offensive line play. That's it. They're pretty much solid at every position other than the offensive line. So that's a very tough division if you're a Detroit fan. So with the Detroit Lions, I think they could arguably go from worst to first. They could finish first place in the division, second place, third place, even last place, and even end up still having a pretty decent record, 8-8. So it's just a matter of can they win in the division. It's gonna be really tough. I'm finna check the comment section because I forgot to enlarge the chat box. Forgot to enlarge the chat box. So let's see. 313 J-Mo said it's most definitely the Lions, and I'm not even being biased. We'll go from 6-10 to a playoff team. The AFC will be the Broncos. I'm a believer in Jimmy G, but he has to actually show me he can win before I believe in the team. Jimmy G got to stay healthy. Now, here's the thing about Jimmy Garoppolo. A lot of people are like, I got to see more of Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo has only lost. In the few games I saw out of Jimmy Garoppolo, I really like what I saw. Even though the numbers aren't mind-boggling, I really like what I saw in his time with the 49ers. He started the last couple of weeks in the 2000 and what was it? 2017 season. He started the last 5 games, went 5-0 to start. The 49ers fans were going crazy. Then he started the first couple of games before he made the irrational decision not running out of bounds. Well, he ran out of bounds, but it was a little bit too late, and he tore his ACL. So I'm a little bit in between. I really like what I've seen out of Jimmy Garoppolo, really. Stafford is a joke. 49ers did well as long as JG can stay healthy. Lions are going to make some noise. You sold on Matthew Stafford. Here's my thing about Matthew Stafford. Last season, around this time, I made a video. This is when I first took YouTube serious. This was around this time last year. I made a video talking about why Matthew Stafford was a top 10 quarterback. And then this season, the big games has always been the thing that kills Matthew Stafford. I know people want to be like, Matthew Stafford never had a team around him and stuff like that, never had the receivers. But then I look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, and I know many people might be like, how you gonna compare Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers? Not really fair, and I get that. But Matthew Stafford is getting paid how much? He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. So if he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, then I have every right to compare him to other high paid quarterbacks in the NFL. So I mean, Matthew Stafford, he has to be able to win the big game. He proved it last year when he beat the New England Patriots. That was one of the most beautiful performances I ever saw against New England that season. Matthew Stafford was absolutely lights out in that game against New England. Just in my opinion, that was a very good game. But of course, Bill Belichick was going against a guy who pretty much knew, how to get to Tom Brady and Matt Patricia and the New England Patriots defense and whatnot. But that was a very splendid game by Matthew Stafford. But now, here's the thing. Matthew Stafford now has a team around him. He has receivers. I heard something about Marvin Jones saying something about if a player gets, it was something I read it earlier. It was like some crazy report about Matt Patricia. He said if a player gets injured, the injured player has to watch the game from the press box, something like that. I don't really know if anybody can confirm that or not. I don't believe it's true. I just think it's a bunch of all season jibber jabber. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Matthew Stafford, but the dude played with several broken bones in his back. So I'm gonna give him respect while it's due. I'm giving respect because it's really tough to play with broken bones in your back, especially considering this dude didn't really have to play. The Detroit Lions season was basically over. He really didn't have to play. So the fact that he went out there, despite Detroit not really competing for a playoff spot, he could have been like, you know what, we're not competing for the playoffs. Just let me heal up, get it healthy. That's what Aaron Rodgers did and Cam Newton. But Matthew Stafford, he chose to play through, and I salute him for that. As a Lions fan, I'm telling the NFC North is overrated. The South will be better. Ooh, Yeah, man, Stafford has the OC in the running game. Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing. Dude, with that running game with Detroit, the last time Detroit had a 100-yard rusher before Kerryon Johnson was all the way back in 2000, and I want to say it was either 13 or 4. What year did Madden 25 come out? Madden 25 came out in 2014, so 2013. That's when they got Reggie Bush. But I drafted Reggie Bush for the Detroit Lions. Though Reggie Bush was going off the first 5 games for the Detroit Lions. Reggie Bush was sliding, man. I'm talking about Reggie Bush looked like the Reggie Bush we saw from USC. Then he got injured, and then we ain't see another word from Reggie Bush the rest of that season. But his first couple of games with Detroit, Reggie Bush was a monster, and the Lions were good. And then he got injured, and then you know. But I think another thing about it is like now I think the good thing about this Detroit Lions team is like I really like how their defensive line looks. They have a lot of guys, a lot of nasty guys. You got Snacks Harrison there, you got Trey Flowers, and I think that's another reason Detroit is going to be improved because when you look at I really like the 2011 team or when Ndamukong Suh was playing with the Detroit Lions. A lot of people hated Ndamukong Suh. I loved him. In the NFL, you want your defensive line to be dirty. You don't want your defensive linemen to be nice. You don't want them helping guys up. You want them to be nasty. You want them pushing people to the ground, trying to destroy people every play. That's why I always loved and admired Ndamukong Suh. And that Ndamukong Suh, when he played for the Detroit Lions, boy, that was scary. That was scary. So the third team, what do I think about Tampa Bay? Here's the thing about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, if they want to win games, they basically have to do what the Kansas City Chiefs did last season, and that's outscore every single opponent that they play and do not allow their defense to be on the field to win games because that is the only way Tampa is going to win games if their defense isn't on the field a lot because it's going to be a shootout. They lost Gerald McCoy. Yeah, they got Ndamukong Suh, but Ndamukong Suh isn't the same player that he was years ago. You feel me? And then also, you still got to take it to the fact that Tampa doesn't really have a running game. I mean, their running game was pretty much abysmal. I've got the guy, I don't even know how I forget their starting halfback's name because I drafted him on my fantasy team and he was absolutely boo boo. Then I had Ronald Jones. He didn't really do anything also, and he's not even that good catching out the backfield. So pretty much Tampa Bay doesn't really have a good running back. But I trust Bruce Arians with Jameis Winston. I think Bruce Arians revitalized Carson Palmer's career. I don't even know if you can say revitalized for real. Carson Palmer was the absolute stud with Bruce Arians. And Jameis Winston, he has talent. He has shown that he has flashed of talent in the past. Let me tell you guys how talented Jameis Winston is. Even that game when Jameis Winston threw 5 interceptions, he went from 20 fantasy points to 6. He's still talented. The guy, the thing about Jameis Winston is the head coach Derek Cutter of Tampa Bay and Lovie Smith, they never really developed Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is still the same player that he was when he was playing for Florida State. When he was playing for Florida State, what was Jameis Winston doing the most? Costly turnovers, throwing interceptions. Florida State was always down. Florida State came back after every game they played in the halftime, besides 2 or 3, came back and won the game. So Jameis Winston was pretty much the same player he was at Florida State, and he's the same player he was at Florida State in the NFL. So now with Bruce Arians, they finally have a guy who can develop him. And Bruce Arians has had a track record of the past developing good quarterbacks. Worked with Andrew Luck. He worked with Big Ben Roethlisberger. There's a couple of other guys as well. So I don't think Tampa is going to really be improved. I think Tampa still misses the playoff. I think they go 7-9, maybe 8-8. Not really that high on Tampa. As long as Stafford produces, the Lions will do well. If not, there's pretty much a bottom tier team. If he stays healthy, the 49ers can be a quality team for sure. I feel the Colts have the most improved. Um, the third team I have to put are the Cleveland Browns. How can you not put it? How can you not say Cleveland is not improved, man? These guys have Odell, they got Jarvis Landry, they got Nick Chubb, they got Kareem Hunt. They're still going to have Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson isn't getting traded until the trading deadline because they're just going to use him, trade him at the trading deadline when Kareem Hunt is 1 week from coming back. So Cleveland is going to be improved. They're improved. Cleveland's only weakness is the line. Is probably their safety position. They don't really have a solid secondary. I think they still might bring in Eric Berry, but I don't know. I think Cleveland, they definitely are one of the most improved teams. Number 4. The number 4 approved team that I have on this list, huh? This is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna have to go with the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, like I said earlier when I started this live stream, they got a defense now. Aaron Rodgers has never had a defense, and since 2010, Aaron Rodgers has had terrible defenses. He's basically been playing keep away for the last couple of seasons, and now he finally has what looks to be on paper as a very good defense. So I have Green Bay at number 4. And at number 5, this is going to be tough because I have a lot of teams running through my head. I'm just going to list them out loud. I'm going to go with the. I'm going to go with the first team I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. I like what they did a lot. Second team I'm going to go with, it's going to be a tie for number 2. I'm not number 5. I'm not going to say these teams are going to be number 5. I'm just going through the list of candidates. Number 5, I'm going to go with the second team tie for number 5. Got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They added Nick Foles, and Nick Foles is a big improvement. And their offensive line is not bad. They had a lot of injuries and suffered a lot. Leonard Fournette didn't even play the first couple of games, so that was a big setback too. They didn't have their best player. Then they're getting Marquise Lee back, and you got Nick Foles. Now I know a lot of people aren't going to be sold on Nick Foles, but Nick Foles is way better than Blake Bortles. The guy can only throw crossing routes. Okay. Then I got to put number 3, the third team is the New York Jets. But the 4th team, who I'm going with for number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Got to say the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills had one of the best defenses in the NFL last season. Josh Allen had no weapons. And Josh Allen surprised me. Not throwing the ball, because we already knew what he was throwing the ball. He completed like 52% of his passes last season. So he pretty much was what we thought he was coming out of the NFL draft. But this guy's athleticism surprised me. I did not know that guy was that doggone athletic. This guy was more fun to watch than Lamar Jackson. He actually ran the ball a lot less than Lamar Jackson, but had more rushing yards and touchdowns than Lamar Jackson. So a lot of people talk about Lamar Jackson being a running back. You might want to look at Josh Allen, because that guy is a monster when it comes to running the football. The Buffalo Bills, they spent a lot of money in free agency improving that offensive line. They already lost 2 former Pro Bowls on the offensive line, so they improved the offensive line. Then you improve the wide receiver position. Yeah, the wide receivers they got aren't anything flashy. You know, they signed John Brown and Cole Beasley, but those are guys who are consistent, have reliable hands, and can get the job done. Then you draft Ed Oliver to replace Kyle Williams. I think Ed Oliver is going to end up being one of the best players from this past year's NFL draft. This guy is the new version of what you want in the NFL defensive tackle. Normally, the prototype defensive tackle that you wanted a guy like Vince Wilfork, big, could clog up all those gaps and stop the run. Now, teams and general managers and coaches, they're willing to take the less bigger guy for the guy who's faster and more athletic. And that's what Ed Oliver is. He's a new breed of a defensive tackle. He's basically the defensive tackle version of Myles Garrett. That's what I think he is. And I'm going to go to Buffalo Bills to be the 5th most improved team. And those are my 5 improved teams. So had the 49ers, had the Green Bay Packers, I had the Detroit Lions. I had what team did I just say? The Buffalo Bills. I've got the other team. Oh, the Cleveland Browns. So let me know what you guys think about that list. Make sure to call in. The number is 843-507-0052. Super chat is on if you want to donate to the channel. And also make sure to like this live stream and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Oh my God, man. I'm so sorry I had my phone on Do Not Disturb the whole freaking time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You guys can go ahead and call in again. I'm sorry, guys. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. That's so freaking crazy. And my phone on do not disturb. The Jazz schedule is brutal. Yeah, it really is brutal, but I still think the Jacksonville Jaguars are still a pretty good team, even without Telvin Smith. Telvin Smith isn't the leader of that defense. The leader of that defense is Jalen Ramsey, and you got Calais Campbell. They have a lot of talent on that defense. Let's see. Broncos. Here's the thing about the Denver Broncos. I still don't think the Denver Broncos are improved. I still think they basically are the same team that they were last season. And last season, I thought they were actually a playoff team, and they actually were. If they fizzled out a little bit down the stretch, but I still last year I thought the Denver Broncos were a playoff team. I was shocked when they didn't make it to the playoffs, but I still think the Broncos are the same team they were last season, and I still think they're a playoff team this season, and I still think they should be able to make it to the playoffs. I actually like them a lot better than I like the Kansas City Chiefs, to be honest, because the Kansas City Chiefs still don't have a defense. I think their defense took a step back, if you're asking me. So you guys want to call in? The number is 843-507-0052. We have a lot of people in the chat still going through this. The Bills improved a lot for sure. In the next 5 years, make sure to thumbs up my boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys can call in. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I just wanted to kind of list my 5 teams out there before I start taking calls. So you guys can call in now. Number is right there, 843-507-0052. Okay. Guys, how am I still missing calls? Oh. I don't know how I'm still missing calls, guys. I don't know what's going on with text now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna call back whoever just called. So I'm about to call back whoever just called. Here we go. I'm calling back whoever just called. It's ringing, guys. The call fell, bro. What is going on? Wow, guys. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Somebody's calling again. Dang. I'm about to call back whoever just. Oh, we in the call? For real? Oh, we not. What? What's going on? All right, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call somebody back, man. It's crazy. All right, I'm calling back whoever just called. The call failed. Wow, this is crazy. I don't know what is happening. It's crazy, guys. Hold on, I gotta get this settled, man. Let's see. Let's see. I keep on trying to call back the person that just called. Okay. Gosh. What's going on, Text Now? All right, guys. So something is happening. All right, so I'm about to get this settled. I'm about to put my real number in the live chat. I don't really like putting my real number in the live chat, but I'm just go ahead if I can't get Text Now working. So I'm calling back whoever just called. Wow, that is crazy. Guys, I gotta find a new number. I gotta find a new thing that lets you do free calls. Yeah, so this is crazy, guys. So I'm downloading a new app as we speak right now. Well, I'm gonna just reinstall Text Now. So just reinstalling Text Now. Finna check the live chat, see what you guys have going on there. But I'm about to take a short break while I get this settled out. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. And I do need to find out how to get some music on there. All right, everybody, I am back. So, okay, I figured out the problem. Hopefully, we got taken care of now. Okay. All right, I saw the problem. Let's see. Okay. All right, so the number still the same. So you guys can go ahead and try to call again. Don't really know what's going on, but the number is 843-507-0052. Don't know what happened, but hey. Okay, so let's check the live chat and see what was going on while I've been gone. It is crazy. Check the live chat. We had 12 people on the chat. Thank you guys for watching. Wow, I add on my own live chat, on my own live video. Oh, somebody's calling. Here we go. What just happened? Oh, I'm some. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? It's 313 J-Mo.
What's up, 313 J-Mo? How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good, man. Enjoying your stream, man.
Oh, thank you, man. That's a big compliment considering that I think it's been going pretty terrible.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's always ups and downs. Trust me, technology has failed me plenty of times.
Oh yeah, this is a big thing. So,
yeah, but for my teams, the AFC, I got 3 teams for the AFC and the NFC. The AFC teams, I know the Ravens made the playoffs, but a lot of people think they're going to take a step back because of, the Browns or whatever. I really don't think so. I think they're going to make the playoffs and win the division again. Hollywood Brown, Lamar Jackson actually will have an offense that's his, and the defense is still great. That's just the way I see it on them. The Jaguars, too, I think they can win 8 or 9 games, but I was looking at their schedule 2 days ago. I mean, when I say their schedule is hard, I mean, they could start off 1-5. Their schedule is so hard, but I do think Nick Foles will be able to elevate that team to some improbable wins. Then the other teams, like I was saying, the Broncos. I know you said you think they were a playoff team, but they didn't make the playoffs. So, and I'm not a believer in Joe Flacco, but Big Fangio is over there now. They got Bryce Callahan from the Bears, which I did find out a few days ago that he's the best, spot corner in the league. So I think the Broncos will be much better.
I agree. The thing is, with the AFC North, 3 teams are going to make it to the playoffs in that division. That, when you think about it, the AFC North at once upon a time was the best division in football. I mean, for like 3-4 straight years in a row, it was always you wouldn't know that the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens, all 3 of those teams were making the playoffs for like 3 seasons in a row. Then of course the Bengals, they turned boo boo, I guess, and then
the Bengals. The thing about the Bengals, I think they had all of this talent, so they were able to concede. But once that talent started to get hurt and stuff, they couldn't, overwhelm the AFC with talent anymore, and they still had Andy Dalton.
yeah, and then the Baltimore Ravens after 2014, they just weren't the same. I just don't know what really happened. And then the thing about the Cleveland Browns is, here's the thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers, even though I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I'm not trying to be a homer. I still think the Pittsburgh Steelers have the best chance of winning that division. Just because when you think about it, a lot of people might be like, we lost Antonio Brown, but you don't win football off strictly talent. Football isn't a star driven league like how the NBA is. One player losing Antonio Brown, yeah, it's a loss, but the game goes on, football goes on, and in football in the NFL, you got to have that next man up philosophy. That's what separates the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers from the rest of the teams in the AFC. Like the New York Giants fans, I'm not taking any shots at y'all. I love you guys, but you guys lose Odell.
I said they need a quarterback. Like, they don't have
Yeah, but the Giants lost Odell Beckham, and the world is ending for New York Giants fans. But with teams like the Patriots and the Steelers, they had that expectation despite how good you are, you can be replaced, and definitely be assured they're expecting the next guy to come in and have production as well. So that's the thing about it. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, I still think they have the best quarterback in that division, despite how many people want to say Big Ben has fallen off and how he's regressed. Yeah, he has regressed a little bit, but this guy is still the heart and soul of that Pittsburgh Steelers team. I mean, go back and look at the Oakland Raiders game. We was up 14-0 on the Oakland Raiders. Big Ben missed the second quarter and the third quarter. We had in Joshua Dobbs, and I love Joshua Dobbs. He was my favorite college football player for Tennessee. I was ecstatic when the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him, and I was really disappointed in his performance. I mean, I thought he could have did a lot better, and we ended up choking a 14-0 lead to the Oakland Raiders. And when Big Ben came back, we almost won the game, but he forced the ball to Antonio Brown that game, and it got picked off. And then a couple of weeks later, he ended up doing the same thing versus Denver, forcing Antonio Brown the ball. So I think Pittsburgh overall, we still have I'll give us a 60% shot of winning the AFC North. I'll give the Cleveland Browns a 30% shot of winning the AFC North as well. And I'll give the Baltimore Ravens a 10% shot, just because this Baltimore Ravens offense, we don't really know what to expect from them. We know that they're not going to run that same offense that they did last season, because the LA Chargers get the blueprint for it. I already knew that. I thought the Ravens would win. I wanted them to win, but I went with the Chargers just because they were the only team that saw the Baltimore Ravens twice. And the LA Chargers have the most underrated coaching staff in all of the NFL. I thought Anthony Lynn should have been a candidate for a head coach of the year last season, because his coaching staff and him make excellent adjustments. The Steelers game, the Kansas City Chiefs games were all examples of that. I thought he should have been there.
I give them credit for that Chiefs game, because I didn't think they were going to come back and win, but after they scored the second to time touchdown, I'm like, oh yeah, they about to come back and win that game. But I'm sorry, man, the Chargers, Philip Rivers can't beat Tom Brady, and until he does it, I can't believe in them.
But like,
literally 0-8 against Tom Brady, like that's unbelievable.
But like, here's the thing. I'm not gonna put it all on Philip Rivers. I'm gonna put it on the coaches.
Regardless, the Chargers can't beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, but we're saying this. But the Chargers, I really like their coaching staff, and I really like Anthony Lynn. To beat the Patriots, you can't just beat the Patriots. You got to beat them coaching. You have to literally outcoach Bill Belichick. And
as you know, I know you're still a fan. You know I'm a Lions fan. When we beat the Patriots, it definitely was because of coaching.
Exactly.
Johnson ran for 100 yards. Stafford played great, but it was coaching. I mean, we did a lot of great coaching in that game. And the Patriots, they're the Patriots. They're the dynasty. But back to AFC North, I just think that the Lamar Jackson is going to improve, and he has weapons around him now. And he was a rookie thrown in the fire in the middle of the season. I'm not gonna really take that serious. And although I do think Big Ben has regressed a lot, he's still better than the other quarterbacks in that division. I'll give you that. It's just the Steelers. It's a little bit of an unknown, and I'm not overreacting to losing Antonio Brown, because when the Lions lost Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford literally had the best season of his career after that. So you can succeed without those top receivers, but in the Giants situation, Odell was the only person on that team. Losing him is a big deal because they don't have a quarterback to carry the team.
But the Giants, they never really been a team to really rely on Eli Manning a lot. When you look at all the years they won the Super Bowl,
he could make plays back in the day, though. He could win them games.
And he still can, but when you ask Eli Manning back then, he wasn't throwing the ball 30 times a game. You were asking Eli to, throw it maybe 20, 19 times, and then basically just giving the ball on to the power backs. I remember in 2011, these guys had Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs, and that was a hard tendon to stop. Those were two very physical backs, and I mean, the New York Giants were basically what the Jacksonville Jaguars were in 2017. They didn't rely on Blake Bortles a lot, and then when Blake Bortles did have to have a little bit of opportunity to pass the ball. They didn't ask a lot of them. So I just think the New York Giants, I think it's a good thing that they got rid of Odell Beckham because now they won't be so pass heavy. They improved the offensive line. The wide receiving core isn't necessarily bad. I mean, they still have Golden Tate, who's still a very good wide receiver.
I don't know about that.
You don't think Golden Tate, when he got traded from the Lions, he went to the Eagles. He was still learning the playbook. It was really a tough situation, but he's still. I think he's solid.
He lost a step, and I know that, and I don't think he's gonna be as good with Eli Manning.
I still.
Because the thing about the Eagles, they didn't really know how to use him. When he scored that touchdown to beat the Bears, that was like the only play where they actually used him how he was supposed to be used. Golden Tate is a special type of gadget player. You have to use him in a certain way. If you don't, he won't be able to. He won't be able to use the best of his abilities. I don't trust the Giants' offense or their defense. I think their roster needs a lot of work.
I like their offense simply for the fact that it's built around Saquon now. That basically that team isn't now trying to get Odell Beckham the ball anymore. It's basically the offense that the offensive line is improved. It's not going to shock anybody by like a landslide, but it's going to be better than what it has been the past couple of seasons. I think this Giants offense now, they want to give Saquon 25 carries, at least 30 touches, and try to run him in the ground, basically. But I think that's what the Giants want to do.
That's a good idea, though. Saquon need more help. I just don't think you can run one player into the ground and expect to win a lot of games.
Yeah, and then
not a running back.
And then they got Daniel Jones there. I think that's what the Giants are trying to do. I think they want to get very physical. But thanks for calling in. Somebody keeps on calling, so I'm gonna give another caller a chance. Thanks for calling in, J-Mo.
All right, man.
Hello, this is JT Sports. Oh, jump. Damn, I'm calling back whoever just called. Somebody been going crazy. Hello, this is JT Sports. Who's on the line?
Oh, this is Julian. I don't know. Could you hear me earlier? I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, I can hear you. Who's on the line again?
It's Julian.
What's up, Julian? How's it going?
Not much. I do want to talk about the Giants defense and all that, but real quick, do you respect Howard Stern's penis?
You said what?
Do you respect Howard Stern's penis?
Howard Stern Cena?
It's penis. What do you think about it?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Howard Stern's penis. What do you think about it? Do you respect it?
I'm no comment on that one.
Okay. Well, what are we talking about with the Giants defense?
Yeah, so you want to talk about the Giants defense, man? What's on your mind? Are you trying to defend it or something?
Well, what's on my mind right now is Howard Stern's penis. I'm gonna be honest.
Bro, are you trying to get this video demonetized?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking you. You haven't given me a straight answer yet. You just no comment.
No, like I haven't even heard about it. What is this?
You don't know about Howard Stern's penis, really?
No. Is he infected? Is he infected or something?
No.
I'm dead serious. I don't know.
I don't know that much about that. I just want to call in and get your opinion on it.
I don't know. I'm finna look it up right now, though. Let's see. You said Howard Stern?
You're gonna look it up?
Yeah, I'm literally looking up right now. Yeah, I got my phone.
Go ahead and look up Howard Stern's penis.
Whoa. Hope I don't throw up on stream, man. This is crazy. Howard Stern's. Can't believe I'm really looking up another man's penis. Wow.
I mean, it's really important.
Okay. Celebrity. Wow.
So do you respect it?
Bro.
I mean, do you? What do you think? Well, let me tell you. Let me go ahead and be the first to tell you. My name's not Julian. It's Howard Stern. Get pranked.
Is what? Did he just hang up? You guys do not know how confused I am. Wow. You can't hear me? Y'all can hear me now? Bro, I am so confused about what just happened. Can y'all hear me now? Let me make sure I can hear myself. Y'all can hear me? All right. Wow. I was really confused. Well, if nobody has any more prank calls, the number is 843-507-0052. I'm wondering if I should save that segment and upload it another day, but wow. I was so lost about what's going on. This man made me look it up and everything. Like, I'm kidding you, no junk. Like, I literally looked it up. Look. Is my camera on focus? I literally had to look it up. Didn't know what that man was talking about at all.